Hi, my name's Fenella. I'm from IH London, and today we're going to be talking about sports vocabulary. So this is a mini lesson of about 10 minutes, and you will need a pen and a piece of paper. You can do this lesson on your own or with a partner. So, are we ready? Let's get started. So, as I said before, we're looking at sport vocabulary today. And like all sports that we do, we're going to start with a warm-up. So you have 1 minute to write down as many different sports as you can. Okay, so you're going to pause this video, time yourself for 1 minute, and see how many different sports you can write down. Are you ready? Go. Okay, how did you get on? Let's find out. So, if you're with a partner, you can compare your list together. And if you're working on your own, you can count how many sports you wrote down. So, which sport do you play on a regular basis? You can ask this question to your partner, or you can answer this question and talk for 30 seconds on your own. I will demonstrate. So, I swim on a regular basis, and I really enjoy it. I swim in a heated outdoor pool, so there is absolutely no excuse for me to not go. The stroke I like to do when I'm swimming is front crawl, like this, but I always like to wear goggles. I usually swim for about 30 minutes at a time, which I think is enough to get my heart rate up and to get a good workout. Now, I usually swim on my own, but sometimes I'll take a friend with me. The problem is, if I go with a friend, we often end up chatting more than we do swimming. Okay, so that was my answer to the question. Now it's your turn. So pause the video and speak for 30 seconds. Okay, how did you get on? What did you learn about your partner if you're working with one? All right, so looking at your list, you probably had some of these sports on your list too, perhaps. So let's start at the top. What have we got here? We've got tennis, basketball, cycling, snowboarding, football, swimming, golf, gymnastics, athletics, and volleyball. So perhaps you got the same as me. Maybe you've included some different sports, which is brilliant. All right, so we're going to do a verb matching task. So the verbs we have here are do, go, and play. And these verbs match with certain sports. Okay, so what I'd like you to do, you can work with your partner if you have one, or you can do this by yourself. Can you match the sport to the correct verb? Okay, so pause this video and you can perform this matching task. Are you ready? Off we go. Okay, how was it? Could you manage all of the sports? Right, let's see what our answers are. So for do, we use athletics, do athletics and do gymnastics. For go, we go swimming, we go cycling, and we go snowboarding. And play, this is normally for games. So we've got play tennis, play basketball, play golf, play football, and play volleyball. So did you get them all right? I'm sure you did. Okay, next we're going to do a grouping task. So I'm going to give you 4 words, and you're going to tell me which sport it is associated with. Okay, so here's our example. We've got court, net, racket, and backhand. And the sport is, of course, tennis. All right, let's see what number 2 is. Pitch, referee, corner, and foul. What do you think? Yep, you guessed it. It's football. And remember, in the UK, we say football rather than soccer. Okay, number 3. Course, green, clubs, hole. Giving you a bit of a clue here with the picture, but yeah, of course, it's golf. Clubs are what people use to hit the ball in golf. Okay, number 4. Slope. Sticks, run, goggles. So this is skiing. Earlier we looked at snowboarding, but you don't tend to use sticks when you're snowboarding. Number 5. Track, field event, lane, meeting. Have you got it? It's athletics. Excellent. And the last one. Saddle, helmet, pedals, peloton. Have you got it? Yeah, it's of course cycling. So you can write down these words. If there are any that are new to you, you can look them up in your dictionary. So we've learned quite a few new items of vocabulary today. And what I'd like to finish with is a speaking task. So choose a sport and explain the rules to your partner. Imagine they've got no idea what this sport is about. If you're on your own, you can prepare a short talk and imagine you're speaking to your class at school. So try to use some of the vocabulary that we looked at in this lesson. All right, so I will demonstrate first of all. So the sport I'm going to talk to you about is tennis. Now, personally, I don't play tennis, but I really enjoy watching it on TV. The rules are quite simple. Essentially, you have to keep the ball within the lines of the court. Otherwise, the ball is called out. If you are serving, the ball must land in the service box. Another important rule is that the ball must not hit the net. If it does hit the net, your opponent will get the point. You can only hit the ball with a racket using your forehand or your backhand. When the ball is hit several times back and forth, this is called a rally, and it can be really exciting to watch. So the event that I like to watch on TV the most is Wimbledon. And sometimes I try and get tickets as well to see it live. My favourite players would probably be Roger Federer and Serena Williams. But really, I'm happy to watch anybody play. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the vocabulary that I used. Here's my talk. If you want to pause the video, you can, and you can read it. And here is some of the vocabulary that I used. So the words in green were the words that we looked at earlier today in the exercise. So I used court, net, racket, and backhand. But I've also used some other words. So I've got lines, out, serving, service box, opponent, that's the person you play, forehand, a rally, and players. So it's really important to try and use as much vocabulary as you can. Okay, so are you ready? It's your turn to have a go. Try and speak for 1 minute about a sport and explain the rules to somebody. Okay, off you go. Great, so how did you get on? I'm sure you did really well, and I hope you enjoyed listening to your partner if you were working with one. Okay, well that's it for this lesson today. Thank you for joining me and I hope you found it useful. We'll be back soon with some more videos from IH London. Goodbye.